here I got Nintendo 64 games, but it's not very exciting to look at because they don't have any end labels. So, you can't really tell what they are. A couple of the games, though, I did purchase came with them. Like Ridge Racer 64, Turok 2. Hey, look, there goes price tag. $1. Can't really beat that. The original Turok, $1. Star Wars Racer, which is the Episode 1 Racer, $1. Mischief Makers, $2.50, but yeah. That store actually puts in labels on, which is kind of cool. Here I got a couple of boxed items. This right here is for Mana Khemia 2. I think I'm saying it right, the Khemia part. But yeah, you could only get that online, and it comes with a bunch of crazy shit, but it was pretty cool. They only made a very, very small amount of them, so I just decided I'd pick it up since I want the game. There goes the Pocket Station box. If you saw my Pocket Station review, you saw that. A boxed Secret of Mana, which literally had the price tag still on it, if you can see the remainder of it there from Kmart. Final Fantasy 3. I got both of those at a thrift store, literally for $2 a piece. So, can't really argue with that. But yeah, it's pretty much the biggest part of my game collection in general. I really love the PS2. It just had a ton of very classic titles. And moving forward, we got my Sega CD collection. And technically part of a 32X collection, because I couldn't pass up getting Night Trap. It was $1. The game is really bad though, like really bad. I got my Leon Kennedy figure there, guarding all my shit. Then got Devil Summoner 2, brand new in the box, and I actually have a copy that's opened. I am that big of a nerd. Here is actually the remainder of my PS2 games, because they do not fit over here, unfortunately. I have to make room again, but yeah, these ones are kind of just stacked up over here. And moving over, we got PS1, which PS1 is, again, a pretty big part of my collection. It's also one of my all-time favorite systems, and I can say without a doubt made me into the hardcore gamer that I am. And one of the reasons why, Castlevania Symphony of the Night. Cannot beat that at all. One thing you'll notice from going through all these games, I don't have a single greatest hits game. Ever since I was younger, I hated the way that they looked, and I always vowed that I would avoid them as if they were a plague. And I did. I don't know, I just kind of hate them. It sounds kind of stupid, but I am actually that picky about having them. And this, like the PS2 shelf, I had to take a shelf out to fit, these 3 rows right here. There's actually no shelf in between them, and that's because I just ran out of space. It kind of sucks, but, what can you do? I'll eventually get a new shelf and have to reorganize everything again, but one interesting thing, though, is I actually have games from the UK. They're pretty much meant for the Namco GunCon, and I really love arcade shooters, so I went and imported them. They were literally only a couple dollars. And moving forward, we get to the actual area where I game at. There goes my laptop over there, with Joker holding a Charizard Pokemon card. But yeah, it's a pretty decent setup. 3 couches right here, table in the center. All around is actually ideal for gaming and doing all types of other random shit. I'd like it a whole lot. And of course it's all black because, well, that's pretty much all my furniture in general. There goes the TV. Got my little Big Planet background going. Sackboy's all happy, just running around constantly. Little bastard never gets tired either. Back here I actually keep the PS3 behind my TV because it conserved space and allowed me to fit more on the shelf. Got my 360, my Wii, computer, which I got most of my movies and emulators backed up onto. Sega CDX, which this thing was a pain in the ass to get. I really wanted to get it though, and I found it at a thrift store, oddly enough, for $10. So with a couple games, not too bad. My Sega Saturn, Nintendo 64. You may have noticed that there's no wires or controllers hooked up to them. Pretty much whenever I'm ready to play the systems, I hook them up and get them prepared, because pretty much you end up getting a mess like this. You know, I've got so many systems, so many wires and everything, so I try to keep as clutter-free as possible, just so I don't have wires just running out the ass everywhere. Over here, I have a secondary TV, which this TV is pretty important. And if you ever see one, you should pick it up wholeheartedly. It is a tube television, like the old style televisions. As you can tell, it's pretty big. But the thing is, this is actually considered a high-def TV because it outputs in 720p. So that's really cool, and you can play all your older consoles on it without any kind of problem. Even use like the light gun on it and everything, and that's very, very handy. Now down there I got the Xbox and Dreamcast, and I got a PS1 which fell behind the system. It's just kind of center. As a matter of fact, from here it kind of looks like it's trying to hump the Dreamcast, so bad PlayStation, bad. But yeah, it's not too bad of a setup in general. I really like it. The game collection all around, it's pretty big considering I've been collecting since I was in middle school, so, and I'm in college now, so I got a spare gaming chair here just in case for whatever reason I cannot fit everybody onto those 3 couches, but I've got that there. And then up here are all of my strategy guides. I've got a fair amount of them. Got my bottle of cocaine. Yeah, this is an energy drink. I thought this was absurd. I had to put it up there because I just thought it was funny. My Resident Evil chainsaw controller. These are actually all my comics. I don't know if any of you really dig comics like I do, but I've got a whole lot of them. Here are my larger boxed items. Lethal Enforcers, Point Blank 1 and 2, Ninja Assault, Time Crisis 2 and 3, the Jog-Con, Konami Justifier. Just got this the other day because you can play all those games on the back using this, and I own some of those games, so that'd be kind of cool. Got a Street Fighter 4 arcade stick. I got the limited edition Tekken 5 arcade stick that came with the game. Nintendo box, which I keep a bunch of random stuff in from when I was a little kid. I actually got that for Christmas. But yeah, that's pretty much everything. So there you have it. That is my game room, my living room setup that I just nerd the fuck out in. So yeah, that's pretty awesome. Oh, and I figured I'd tell you guys like I always do. Rate, comment, and subscribe.